bit longer than it would take me to do the exact same thing. So the point being, each and every person on the call has that ability to set up your own, what I call, system. And the reason I like the word advanced system is because it's so much information, nobody on the market, you have no competition as long as you stay inside of your niche. Where it gets interesting is when you go outside of your niche and you try to compete with other frequencies. Shut my camera here. Other waves and other vibrations. Why? Everybody's going to tell you to do that. That's how they got me. So they're going to get you, whoever they are, we don't know who they are. The way that they get us is they get us to go outside of us. So everybody has a lane. In other words, you have a destiny, you have a dignity first, dignity. And that dignity that you have. So about that background noise, I got to turn my fan on, got a little warm in here. You know what? Let the AC on. Let me check the AC. And let me check my AC right quick. And so that creates an issue or a problem. And the reason that it creates an issue or a problem is because we go outside of our lane and we lose our dignity. And when you lose your dignity, that's when bad shitness starts happening. So bad shitness happens when you go outside your lane. So what do? Stay inside your lane. I mean, it ain't rocket science, brothers and sisters, but it is because we all get suckered in by clever marketing campaigns. Look how much stuff people promote. Now, I know this is rough because we are all so talented. But as somebody who's lived my entire life taking advantage of all of the opportunities that I saw, if I had stuck with the thing that got me here, I'll be a lot further down the rabbit trail than I am now, especially monetarily. So let me say that again. Stay with, go to the dance. I think, go to, how that saying goes? Go to the dance, dance with the person you went to the dance with. I think that's how that saying goes. I forgot. So there's a saying that talks about this very thing that everybody does, man. I don't know nobody, myself included, because, man, I jump around. You guys know I post. One day I'm posting nutritional shit. The next day I'm posting, his name ain't Jesus. Then the next day, you guys know I'm posting what's going on in Iraq or Iran or something. Then the next day I'm talking about squirrels. The next day I'm talking about rabbits. The next day I'm talking about eagles. The next day I'm talking about lions. And everybody's like, damn, I don't know what this dude's talking about. So I lose my audience. We all do it. It's human nature. I wish it wasn't human nature. Okay. You need to call it? Okay. And so I wish it wasn't human nature, but it is. It's just human nature for us to, when we see shiny things, what happens? It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like a dog when he sees his ball, or a squirrel, and chink, the dog is gone, right? So that's what you got to fight. Every day, you got to fight to try to stay focused. That's dignity. So out of the 3 Ds that we're talking about, before we get back into breaking down the Cheryl West numbers and how to set this whole big $20,000 system up that generates, at least for me, it's been generated on the low end, $100,000 every year. On the high end, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 every year. So everybody wants your big, huge, this is your big ticket item. With artificial intelligence, big ticket items are going to be in. Because everybody's going to be able to find low ticket items for free. In other words, if I need a exercise routine, I can just go to ChatGPT and type it in. So I'm not going to buy your exercise book. Nobody's going to watch a video. If I want to know how to dance, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. video, I'll go to YouTube and type it in, and I'm going to learn how to do the cha-cha-cha or whatever that I want to learn. So low ticket items are out. What's going to be important to understand is that the smaller the niche, the faster you get rich. Not that getting rich is the end-all game, but it does feel good when you pay your light bill on time. I'm just saying. So my job is to assist you with understanding what's coming down the pipe. So I'm always ahead of the curve. Because remember I told you about it, said that, the credit rotating system. I did a whole series, I got it on my wall back here, how to get rich using credit and debt. And I told everybody to get in debt. And everybody I know said the opposite, get out of debt. But if you listen to Donald Trump, if you listen to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you listen to Elon Musk, whether you like their politics, you like their, how they comb their hair, all this other stuff, brothers and sisters, if you understand credit and debt, you use debt to pay off debt. You pay no taxes on debt. You pay no taxes on borrowed money. So if you only pay taxes on the money that you personally generate yourselves. So if you don't generate no money, if you borrow $100,000 and you turn that $100,000 into $200,000, you pay taxes on the $100,000 gross. But in the process of generating that $100,000, you have to pay cost of goods of $50,000. Well, you made $200,000. You borrowed $100 and you made $100, but you pay taxes on $50. That's what the dominant culture does. I highly recommend you get on that program. Now, you ain't going to find this taught over at Ebenezer Baptist. They shouldn't. Ain't their job. But I highly recommend, because that's what I teach. And everybody's a part of my system. That's the goal. Is for you to borrow money. Never invest your own money. Never invest scared money. Now, I know when you're starting, of course. But even when you're starting, you should have a credit card. So my $10,000 system, my $20,000 system, you should pay that. Whoa, I'm gonna knock your stuff over. You should pay that with your credit card. Even if you got the money in cash, you shouldn't pay it with your cash, because that's an asset. So what do you do with your cash? Your cash, you should go do what we're doing. What are we doing? Buying apartment complexes, buying houses that you can lease out and rent out. So they got this app where you can rent out your storage space. You can rent out your garage. It's crazy, right? You can literally rent out your backyard and let somebody else grow something. If you got a lot of land, right? So this weekend I'm going out look at some land out off of 281. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and so I'm always looking at land and looking at stuff. It's a for sale by owner, like 200 acres. Hey, if the deal's right, I'll be signing a contract. But what is the point? Well, I'm gonna buy land. I don't want the land. My wife wants the land. Why? She likes gardening. But we don't need 200 acres. But what's the point? Well, I'm going to subdivide it. I might sell Brother Jesse an acre. Sells to the T an acre. Sells to the West an acre. Sells to Diane Coleman an acre. So what's the point? What's the goal? The goal is not only to help myself, help everybody else. And then turn the land into an asset. How? I can buy some cattle, put it on the land, that makes money. Grow some product, grow something, that makes money. So in other words, your money should make money, not your efforts. If you're making money off of your efforts, you're doing something wrong. Now you got to start there. Employment, that's where you start. We're talking about, number one, the most important thing on earth, dignity. We've lost our dignity. So in order for you to be successful, you have to start with understanding. Pistis, PISTEUO, and PIETHO means to induce yourself to believe in yourself. That's dignity. If you don't have no dignity, and everything on this earth is designed to take your dignity, that way you don't feel magnanimous. Everything on this world is based upon feelings. So my job, if I'm the bad guy, is to make you feel. Because guess what we said at the beginning of the show? Well, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. Wow. So the question is, who are you? Well, you are your most predominant thought. That's called
dignity.
Dignity. Dignity means the speech, the disposition that is indicative of the level of your self-respect, self-love, and self-appreciation. Dignity. Dignity is the same thing as nobility. Damn! I can't make this up, man. Do you remember what the word God means? We broke that down earlier. So if you don't see yourself as God, you gotta get 2 jobs, bro. Probably 3 jobs. Because you don't see yourself as a generator. The ability to create things all the time. You gotta go borrow or get something from somebody else. Nothing wrong with doing that. But if nobody's available to assist you, if everybody don't like you, and you got to figure this beat out on your own, you should be able to do that too. Dignity means nobility. Number 1, everything I do is designed to assist you with establishing your nobility. It's a feeling of royalty. It's a feeling of kingliness. Godliness. Jesus came preaching the kingdom. Period. I don't care what your Reverend Doctor or Bishop says. Right, Sister T? Yahushua the HaMashiach came preaching the kingdom. He said, repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom. That means you should have a kingdom. K-I-N-G, king, D-O-M, add the E, dome. That means the dome king. You should be the king of your dome. The dome is crown chakra, top of your head, homie. What the beep is going on in your brain? If you have any other thoughts other than I'm the baddest mother beep on the planet, bruh, sis, go check yourself. You ain't vibrating on the right level, homie. You still playing church. You still hanging out at Ebenezer Baptist. Now, I ain't mad at you, dog. Got to do you. But one day, not today, but one day you got to go grow up. You got to grow up, bro. You must see yourself as an individual expression of God on earth. I know that's rough for y'all Christians, man. I know. I feel y'all pain, dog. Y'all used to worshiping God. You ain't used to being God. See, you pray to God. You don't pray as God. Not you personally, but, Negroes, you know. Now, y'all know this is not, I'm not no new believer dude. Y'all, if you're a new believer, this ain't the show for you, homie. No disrespect. Why? Because I don't do procurator. I don't do broke, busted, and disgusted. Homie, don't play that. So your job is to understand, bruh. Your job is to over and understand, sis. Your birthright. You are divine by design. This shit is not an accident. You didn't stumble up on this planet. You ain't here because God is bored and he ain't got nothing to do. God don't make junk. If you listen to me right now, you can do this. You are an individual particle of a bigger system. Act like it. That's number 1. Your dog won't hunt, bro. Your dog will not hunt, sis, until you become dignified. Dignity. Carry yourself with dignity. Carry yourself with royalty. When you walk in the room, you should own it. I don't give a... Man, you should never look up to nobody, and you shouldn't look down on nobody. You better look Negroes in the eye. Eyeball to eyeball, homie. That's the only way to roll. Ain't nobody better than you. What do you mean I gotta work? What? Nah, bro, I don't work for you. They think you work for me. So you see, but we all equal. We all one. Hero Israel, the Lord your God is one. That's number 1. That's the hardest thing for people to walk. Everybody, I don't know, it's weird, man. This whole peasant disease, it's kind of sad. Especially in the Al-Kibilan culture. Man, I ain't doing it. No disrespect. I ain't kissing nobody's ass, bro. I don't think so. Homie, don't play that. Now, if you're a Christian, again, I ain't apologizing. You got to grow up. You're supposed to be an individual expression of God on earth. The Bible calls it an ambassador. An ambassador is the representative of the country he's from. That's an ambassador. That's you. That shit's in your Bible. So, I don't like talking to Christians, but every once in a while I got to. I got a plethora of them, a whole bunch of them in my family. I try to avoid Christians at all costs. But every once in a while you bump into them. And they have no idea that the word Christ, Christians, means Christ, lunar germ seed oil. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Now, as I've been saying for 20 years, I will give you personally a $100,000 bill, if they make them, if you can prove me wrong. Biologically, theologically, and cosmology. Now, I have at least 30 books that I would put up against how many books you got. And I can prove to you, using biology, that you are immortal, that your cells don't die. You've been programmed to die, bro. You, as a matter of fact, you don't die, you are being killed. You can't die, you're immortal. Now this shit is basic biology. Basic biology. But, unfortunately, most people, we don't look up definitions for ourselves. So we don't really understand the cerebral spinal cord fluid. And then that cherubim that God placed at the garden, that cherubim was your cerebellum. I break all this down inside of my book, CSF. Now, after 30 years of researching this, number one, dignity. If you don't have that, you can't induce yourself to be yourself. So you can't, remember, God only talks to God. That's the language of God. So if you using any other frequency other than the frequency of love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, and self-control, you talking to somebody, I just don't know who it is. So again, we're talking about the advanced program. Advanced. So remember there's layers to this thing. But the advanced system, is when you take your numbers. And going back to Sister Cheryl West, using her numbers as an example. When you look at those numbers of Sister Cheryl West, you see that the 235, the 808, the 101, and the 527. So that number 2, let's break that one down, going back to use that one as an example. That number has 12 attributes and characteristics. Now, I'm doing this also on Facebook Live, you guys, so that way I can show the visual aspect of it. So I take out my DNA sequencing report and I pull up the attributes and characteristics for the number 2. Now, for the sake of today's study, again, we're just using, because remember, the first thing that you do is everybody has these attributes and characteristics that are given to you by God. So we'll pick out 3 initially. That's like, again, for the basic system, it's just 1. We just take 1 word from the number 2. That's the basic system. In the intermediate system, and so here's the attributes and characteristics for the number 2. Intuitive, peacemaker, inward study, knowing without study, intuition, corporation, balance, sensitive, patience, fair. All of these are the attributes and characteristics for the number 2. So the 3, first of all, we just do 1. Second of all, we do 3. But in the advanced system, we're doing all 12 of these. These are all modules, books, whatever term you want to use. We're turning these into a step-by-step system. These 12 have 12. So the word intuition, there's 12 words that describe that word. Peacemaker, 12 words that describe that word. A mediator, 12 words that describe that word. Inward creator, 12 words that describe that word. Knowing without study. So it's 12 times 12. That's 144. That's how we get the 144 attributes and characteristics, or pieces of content that's put on one website, so that way people, when they get into the website, it's like entering in what we call a spider web. That's why we got the word enter the net. So everybody on this call, you need to create your own system that is a net. People come in, they can't get out. The reason that they can't get out, they don't want to leave. Why come they don't want to leave? They getting blessed. Their life is changing. Their whole world is changing because they are same vibration as you. So the people that have similar frequencies as Sister Cheryl West, going back to the example, we just used the number 2, right? Well, if we look at the next number on her chart again, we see the number 3. So that means the number 3, that's in the advanced system. Let's look at the 12 attributes for number 3. Well, we look at the number 3, we see these words. And notice how they're color coded. And they're color coded on purpose. So that way you know the color. We didn't even get into color alchemy. Man, you talking about messing your brain up? What if we did, like, there's somebody on the call, your whole business should be color alchemy. All you should be talking about is color alchemy. So everybody can understand the esoteric meaning of colors. Because colors have meaning. Because what are colors? Colors are literally frequencies, waves, and vibrations. So we see that the word creative, we see the word creator, artistic, imagination, communicative, informed, speaker, joyful, optimistic, adventurous, comedic, expressive. So these are all of the attributes and characteristics of the number 3. So when we do the number 3, that number or that word, these 12 words have 12 words. So 12 have 12. That 12 have 12. Those 12 have 12. Those 12 have 12. To infinity and beyond. If we want to go that far, we could be going. We could do this till Jesus comes back and he leaves again, and we still be doing this. That's how detailed you are. That's why every person on this call, you can't be junk. And remember, we're not even doing the business side of it. We haven't gotten to the business stuff. Goal, objective, dream, action statement, responsibility statement, mission statement, operation, marketing, purpose, value, vision, foundational statement. We didn't even get into that, the business. We're still just doing the personal side. So, as you can see, the reason why the advanced system is $20,000 is because it's a whole university. You literally establishing your own school. It's like everybody that has a similar vibration as you, they are drawn to you. But it's not because of your chi-chis or your bedonky-donk. It's not because of your big muscles. Sorry, Brother Jesse. Hate to be the bearer of good news, brother. Brother Osama, it's not because of your dreads and your locks, brother. I know, Brother Osama. I know that's hard news, right? Rough. I know, Brother Osama. It's okay, bro. You be all right. I know it's not because, your hairy chest, Brother Osama, but people, they may not even know why they're drawn to you, Brother Osama, but they're going to be drawn to you like flies on stink. Now, your job, Brother Osama, is to be aware, because that's part of your dignity. So I think we beat that horse to death, and we can go to the second horse, right? So everybody understands dignity. We got that down. That means nobility. That means that you got to be noble. You got to be kingly. You got to be queenly. That got to be your disposition. So what if you wake up and you're like, man, Doc, I don't feel godly today. Woo-wee! So you just ordered peasantdom. You just picked up the phone and say, yo, send me 2 doses of peasant. Now you don't even know, and then peasant shows up and you wonder, why peasant showing up? You ordering problems. Why would you create problems in your own life? I mean, I'm just a country boy from Texas, Brother Jesse. I'm trying to figure this shit out, bro. I don't know what. I'm not saying bad shit don't happen, Brother Jesse, but I ain't saying I ain't gonna help it out. I'm not gonna keep dwelling on it. Sister Veronica Smith, I ain't gonna keep pondering it. I'm not gonna keep asking and crying, oh God, why hast thou forsaken me? Now, Sister Veronica, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna ask myself one question, Sister Veronica. You know what that question's gonna be? What the beep do I do next? That's it. That's all we're doing, Brother Jesse. Bad shit happens, what do you do? Okay, what do we do next? It already happened, Brother Jesse. We can't go back and change time. So what do we do? Most people don't know what to do next. They don't have no direction. How come? They ain't got their destiny They don't know what to do, Brother Jesse. They lost in the sauce. So once you establish your dignity, next you need your destiny. Woo-wee, bruh, sis, y'all in the right place. Y'all know what I do for a living? I tell Negroes and non-Negroes they destiny with 100% accuracy. 30 years of doing this, Brother Jesse, I've never been wrong. Right, Dr. Martinet? How come? Is it because I'm some kind of a guru? Nah. It's just because I'm connected to Source. And Source hid him, her, or itself inside. Now, I don't know why Source would do that, but for whatever reason, Brother Jesse, Source hid himself inside of these things called symbols. These symbols are sigils. Now, a sigil is something that contains power. This is magi. Now, the Masons, they understood it. All secret societies use letters and numbers and symbols. That's why every company has a logo. Ooh, how come? Well, that logo means logos. Don't tell nobody I told you. The logo simply means the logos. That, for y'all Christians, that's called the Bible. That's the Word of God. So the Word of God is the logos. The logos is the number of the logo. So Starbucks ain't stupid, Brother Jesse. Starbucks, they know what the beep they doing. How come Starbucks, that lady that's on Starbucks, y'all know that's a demon, right? Let me rephrase that. That's a goddess. Remember I did a whole show on the logos. So what about those golden arches? Y'all know what those golden arches mean? Old MacDonald's had a form E-I-E-I-O. Those are vowels. How come there's no vowels in the ancient text? Brother Osama. How come there's no vowels in the ancient text, Brother Osama? Old MacDonald's had a farm. Ooh, who's on that farm? They say, well, I don't know if I can say this. I ain't trying to get booted out for a fake book. But y'all might do the research. So when you see the McDonald's logo, bruh, that ain't no logo, homie. That's a mother beep sigil. That shit's controlling your brain. You ever see kids see the McDonald's sign? When my kids was little, when they saw the McDonald's, they would just go crazy. Ooh. Why? Well, number one, you got toys inside the meal. Happy Meal. Why y'all think they call them a Happy Meal? Now, everybody knows that McDonald's probably the worst food you can eat. Yet, every time I ride by McDonald's, today, so the T, I can ride by there right now, so the T, the line is around the building. What's in the McDonald's food, Brother Osama? I think we all know. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not trying to get booted off of, they already closed down 3 of my YouTube channels. So something is in the McDonald's food. It's called excitotoxins. But that's as far as I'm going to go, Brother Jesse. I'm not trying to go back to Facebook jail. So without overstanding that logos is the same thing that the Bible calls the Word of God. ABC? What is the symbol for ABC? What is the symbol for NBC? What about CBS? Have y'all seen the logo for CBS? What about the logo for iPhone? All y'all got an iPhone. Have you seen the logo for an iPhone? It's an apple that got a bite out of it. Are you serious? Are you serious? What is the logo for an iPhone, Brother Jesse? Now, I got an Android. Man, it ain't no better. What is the logo for an Android? It's a little robot dude. So, what's the forbidden fruit? I mean, I don't know. One of y'all Christians tell me. So the T, you spend a little time hanging out with, Yahushua the HaMashiach. Sister T, what is the forbidden fruit in the Helios Biblios? Helios, sun, Biblios, book. S-U-N, bruh. Now, for my Cretans, now what are we talking about though? Gotta stay on track. Dignity, destiny. So they put all of this stuff in plain sight. The forbidden fruit is your iPhone, because the iPhone gives you informing. The forbidden fruit is information. What can you get on your iPhone? A bunch of information, right, Dr. Martinet? So I'm looking for my book on some book to show you guys, but Psalms 84 verse 11, Psalm 84 verse 11, one of y'all high vibrational creatures, y'all should write that down. Psalms 84 verse 11 says, your God is a sun, S-U-N, and a shield. I'm just saying. But a lot of people don't know that. I don't know why, but they don't. So number 2, once you get God-like status, then we broke that down. The word Theos, it means God and goddesses, really by designation or dignity, by your office. The word Christ means the messianic office. All of this is about destiny, purpose, diaconia. That's why I do destiny, purpose, diaconia reports. That's it. That's all I do. Destiny, purpose, diaconia report. 750 pages all about you. Why? Nothing is more important than a destiny, purpose, and diaconia report. Nothing is more important than that. How come? Because once you establish your dignity, you're going to need this. You're going to need this, brother. Guaranteed. You're going to need it. How come? Well, it's like a GPS system. This book tells me everything that I need to do. It tells me where to go, if I need to make a left turn, a right turn. I was talking about earlier, I posted today about just the blood type stuff. Most people don't know whether you should eat it as a gorilla or a polar bear. A lot of people don't know that. Most people don't know that the blood is either iron or copper. A lot of people don't know that. All of that's in, so you should not eat for taste. You should eat for what? Nutrition. You should eat for your minerals and enzymes, your blood. Blood. Life of the flesh is in the blood. That's what? Direction. Number 2, you need direction. Everybody on this call, we all need direction. Source code has given us everything that we need for life and godliness. So without that, we are in, as they say down here in Texas, bruh, you up a creek without a paddle. Brother Osama, you like that one, brother? I gotta stop dropping these one-liners, man. So, now that we understand part 2, let's go to part 3. You ready, Brother Osama? Once you get your dignity, now that's a tough one. In fact, that's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to establish dignity, because that means you got to let go of religion. Woo! Negroes can't do that. So since we can't be, we got to worship. We got to be able to break the spell. I know that's rough. Most people cannot break the spell of spiritual amnesia. You are a god with amnesia. It's called legal fiction. Now, I know this is rough. That's a whole nother study for another time. I didn't even go down that road. I know you guys got a certain, amount of brain capacity, as do I. So we got to stick to today's script. After dignity comes destiny. After destiny comes direction. Dignity, destiny, direction. That's an advanced system. So if I want to go and talk to the great Reverend Dr. Bishop, Dr. Martinet. If I'm talking to Dr. Martinet, is because I know that Dr. Martinet can assist me with oscillating and vibrating in dignity. I know that Dr. Martinet can assist me with direction, destiny, and then my direction. That's why people are going to enroll in your program. Information is free now. So we're not selling or giving information. What we're doing is organizing information to assist with implementation. So information is free. Implementation is not. So when somebody asks you, what and why should I pay you for your information? Your reply is, bruh, you ain't paying me for information, homie. You go to ChatGPT or Google, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, or whatever. Information is free. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can go research some information. However, once you get that information, what you going to do next? See, the average Alakibidon, he, she, it, they don't know what to do with that information. They got the information, Brother Jesse, but they don't have no personal experience. So your product service information is based upon your personal experience. And you take your personal experience and you're able to assist other folk, other frequencies, waves, and vibration with oscillating and vibrating on a higher level. That's why you're here. So the only reason that you're on the planet is to be an asset. Now, an asset is something that increases value. So that means that I talk to Brother Osama, and I say, hey, Brother Osama, I need some help, bro. Brother Osama says, I got you, Doc, what do you need? So Brother Osama is born in September, right? Brother Osama is born on the 6th. And then the year of Brother Osama, when you break it down, that comes out to the number 8. So Brother Osama's life path, however, is 426. So I know that Brother Osama is a hardworking, peaceful, lover of details. The way that I know that is because that is the path God put Brother Osama on. Now, Brother Osama may say, you know what? I don't want to work hard. I don't want to be peaceful. And I don't want to be compassionate. So what Brother Osama now has done is he left his path. So the path contains his power. So if Brother Osama decides not to be stable, the attributes and characteristics of a 4. Let's look at these. So Brother Osama is a 4. 2, 6. Now the number 4 means that Brother Osama has these attributes and characteristics. He ain't got to go buy them. He don't need to go to Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, or some historically black college. God put this shit inside of Brother Osama. So Brother Osama can't even get rid of it. He can only operate in the negative side of it. So Brother Osama is he's a foundational, orderly, loyal, disciplined, manual, stable, earthbound, hard worker, problem solver, builder, reasonable, and steady. Those are, again, just 12 of the 144 attributes and characteristics that make Brother Osama, Brother Osama. Now, what if Brother Osama said, Doc, F God, dog, I want to do my own thing. So Brother Osama says, you know what? I don't want to be a foundational person. So that means Brother Osama, he will be unstable. Brother Osama don't like order. That means Brother Osama likes disorder. Instead of Brother Osama being loyal, Brother Osama, he's going to be hit it and quit it. Instead of Brother Osama being disciplined, Brother Osama ain't going to have no discipline. He can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Instead of Brother Osama liking manual labor, Brother Osama is going to be very mystical. He want to go out and hug some trees and save some wells. He don't want to do nothing with his hands. Instead of Brother Osama being stable, he's going to be unstable. Instead of Brother Osama being earth-bound, he will be heavenly bound. Meaning, Brother Osama is a guy that's supposed to have his head in the cloud, but his feet supposed to be on the ground. Meaning, Brother Osama should be paying his light bill on time. He's a solid dude. He's a hard worker. He's a problem solver. What is the opposite of a problem solver? He's a problem creator. Ladies, if you got a man, he don't know his purpose, you got a boy. Boys cause problems. Men solve them. So, and Brother Osama is free, ladies. I'm just saying, you know, if anybody's looking for, I'm playing matchmaker today with my homeboy, Brother Osama. Brother Osama needs a fine, sexy. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna do that. My bad, Brother Osama. I got off track, brother. So, Brother Osama is a problem solver. He's a builder. What's the opposite of a builder? Yeah, somebody that tears shit up. Brother Osama is reasonable. What's the opposite of being reasonable? Unreasonable. And steady, opposite of steady, unsteady. So that's the 4. So that means that Brother Osama, and if anybody knows him, all of this is true. One thing about Brother Osama is all of these attributes and characteristics are 100% true. For a young cat, he's the longest tenuring. Is that a word, tenuring? Well, it's going to be a word today. Don't nobody correct my English. I know Dr. Martinette, she be like trying to correct people and stuff. I know what I'm saying, Dr. Martinette. You can't correct me. I'm my own boss. You understand? Okay, I'm just playing, Dr. Martinette. Don't hang up. So Brother Osama is also a 2, right? So if Brother Osama is a 2, that means he's intuitive, peacemaking, mediator, all this stuff that we mentioned the 2 earlier. But Brother Osama is on the path of 6. Like me. I'm a 3-3-6. He's a 4-2-6. That means Brother Osama is very compassionate. He's very harmonious. Loving. Beauty. I don't know about the beauty part. I don't know. Y'all see Brother Osama? He ain't handsome like me. I mean, I'm a good looking dude. But Brother Osama, damn! Man. Okay, I'm just playing Brother Osama. Now, yeah, Brother Osama, all right, man. You know, he can't be no male model like me, but you know, Brother Osama, you know, he got to work with what God gave him. I ain't mad at you, Brother Osama. So Brother Osama Again, quality. He likes quality. So these are all of his attributes. He likes beauty, he likes quality, detail, responsible, nurturing, visionary, guardian, cosmic parent, and perfection. So these are the attributes. This is the path that God put him on. So in his advanced system, he'll take all of these numbers, and there's 12 for that word. 12 for harmony, 12 for love, 12 for beauty, 12. So that could be 12 books, it could be 12 modules, it could be 12, shows. So you guys see how adept this is? I mean, the advanced system is it's literally your own library. You literally are creating your own hub. So you are your own artificial, but you're not artificial. You are creating your own authentic system. Because each one of these numbers in your circle has 12 numbers, words. And those 12 have 12. And those 12 have 12. And so we can go as deep and as in depth as you need to go, whether that is to infinity and beyond. So as you see, for example, going back to Brother Osama's numbers, the first three numbers are 4, 2, 6. The next three numbers are 1, 2, 3. After that is a master number, 1, 1, 2. And last is the master number 55, which I broke down to, and I don't know if we broke that down with Brother Osama. I don't know if I told you that or not, Brother Osama, but you got 2 master numbers as well, my brother, which explains why you are a chimp instead of out, watching Love and Hip Hop and the Basketball Wives. So Brother Osama is a 55. 55 is broken down into 101. So those are the 12 attributes and characteristics that Brother Osama would use to establish, number 1, dignity. Number 2, direction. Number 2, destiny. Number 3, direction. So my direction comes from my destiny. My destiny comes from my dignity. So if I don't see myself as being somebody who is worthy of having destiny, and I won't have no direction. And so when I find people, the hardest thing is to convince people that they are worthy of being loved. Do you know the dark side, the dark side of a 6 for people like me and Brother Osama and everybody else that's a 6, whether the 6 comes from a master number or not, is that a 6, we would make ourselves a doormat so that way we can punish ourselves because we don't believe that we deserve to be happy. Man, let me close with this so I won't get too emotional. I lived most of my life as a doormat. I literally believed that I did not deserve to be happy. I really honestly thought that my purpose in life was to make other people happy. Brother Osama, brother, as God is my witness, my brother, don't make that mistake. You deserve to be wealthy, healthy, wise, and in a great relationship. Don't settle. Don't put up with no bullshit from nobody, man. Don't take no shit off no mother. The greatest mistake that I ever made in my life was not knowing my own worth and my own value. Even today, as I'm doing this show right now, I'm in my $1 million house, I got my $100,000 car, living my dream. You know the one thing that I struggle with? Just like everybody else. Do I really deserve this standard, this quality of life? Who am I to be wealthy, healthy, wise, and in a great relationship with myself, with my God, and with others? The hardest thing that you will have to fight is for self-worth, dignity, to see yourself worthy. Because your self-image, the way you see yourself, determines how you be yourself. Your net worth is determined by your self-worth, not your net worth. I hear a lot of people talking about, oh yeah, your net worth is determined by your net worth. You can connect with other people all you want. But the Bible says, without faith, PISTIS, PISTEUO, and PIETHO, it's impossible to please God. God means you, yourself. You can't be yourself unless you. I can tell you every day, I think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can blow smoke up your butt all day. But if you don't love yourself, you can't be yourself. So my brothers and my sisters, the number one key to success, we'll continue with part 2 later on tonight. For the members of part of the Life Management System, we go a little bit deeper into the actual nuts and bolts of the system. But the most important thing, the reason that I do Deacon reports every day, the reason I stress these reports is because you have to convince yourself of the significance of yourself. The hardest thing that you have to do in your life is to love yourself. Oh, it's easy to love someone else. It's easy to buy other people's stuff. It's easy to do, especially y'all mothers, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. You take care of your man. You take care of your little shearings. But when the last time you done something for yourself? Remember that last thing that I said, and that is, if I were to ask you to list the 3 most important things in your life, if I were to ask you right now to list the 3 most important things, when I go to a new audience who's never heard this before, and I ask them, write down 3 things that are most important things in your life, you know what people write? Their children, their parents, their job. Nobody never writes, the most important thing in my life is me. I've never heard that. 60 years on this planet, Brother Osama, I've never heard somebody say, I am the most important thing in my life. Why is that? Self-hate. At the base and core of all problems on earth is a lack of a proper self-image. We don't see ourselves the way God designed ourselves. And that's my job, is to help you see who God has designed and gifted you to be. Brothers and sisters, y'all already know I'm at the top grinding and shining, and I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm going to see y'all